This video is going to explain the third and final assignment for this course, your ePortfolio. This assignment, again, can be found under Content, Assignment tab, Assignment 3, ePortfolio. This is worth 40% of your grade in this course, which reflects the amount of work that's going to be done in this capstone assignment. So you've already created what we call collections. In the beginning of the course, you will create your portfolio presentation. And in that, you are going to be creating what is a presentation, but also what we are calling an ePortfolio. So your expectations in this third semester is to actually create that presentation that becomes your ePortfolio, and you are going to complete a number of tasks. You are going to write an introduction to your ePortfolio that very much mimics a cover letter, like a resume. You are going to add into education and training 3 different documents. You are going to update a resume, you are going to include your philosophy paper, and you are going to include a transcript that goes into education and training. There is a detailed handout that is about 13 pages long that explains everything you need to know. There's a sample of a reflection in there. There is a chart so that you can start to look at what kind of artifacts that you're going to have. And there will be Bongo a virtual class around creating the ePortfolio. There'll be a class when you have an opportunity to work on things. And near the end, before this is due, I will make myself available virtually as well for any questions. So this video just is to give you that high-level overview. You're going to include artifacts in 8 of the pages starting at child development, and those 8 pages match up with our vocational outcomes, which the Ministry of Training outlines for us. And so that's why this is a capstone assignment, because you are collecting work and demonstrating evidence that by the time you get to the end of your final term, that you have the skills, entry-level skills in all of these areas. And that's where it becomes a piece of reflection as well, is because you get to choose what's your best work and how it relates to that outcome. So that is what you're going to create, and it's going to be due the final week or exam week. And again, like all of the assignments in this course, you go to the submission folder, you'll see it says final week, and there will be a date. That is the due date. So there should be no discrepancy. Even if the assignment write-up says exam week, well, maybe there's not an exam week. So whatever the due date is, you will find that in the submission folder, as well as you will find it in the calendar. And those are the dates that you're going to follow. Okay, so I've included a detailed handout as well, this video. So you've either found this video here or again in the final week of the course. As well, you're going to see a link to the sample portfolio, which is also found in the PowerPoint. And I talked to that when you're creating your ePortfolio. There's also a video that I speak to this sample portfolio. And this is my link to my portfolio so that you can see a sense of what you're working towards. So again, this is a capstone assignment. This is your heavy lifting this term. You're creating your actual portfolio. You're populating it with your best work. What I can tell you is that every time you submit a handout, you should be putting it into an assignment. You should be putting it into my items in your under resources and ePortfolio. And again, you find your ePortfolio under resources here. You should always be putting all your assignments in my items, because that gives you choice to choose. Remember, when you're uploading items to your portfolio, that the name you name that file is important, because that's how you're going to find it, and it's going to be identified in your ePortfolio. So you're not going to put Cheryl's assignment, you're going to put reflective writing. So then you know what it is. The reader's going to know what it is because that's the title that's going to show up in your ePortfolio. So again, this assignment and this semester in this course is the heavy lifting. And again, it matches up with this reflective seminar and this field seminars because again, you're looking at what you've done so far. So what work have you done? And you're going to include work that you've done in field placements. You're going to include any kind of work that you might have done prior to coming to this program. So there'll be lots of opportunity throughout the course to ask questions. But again, there's a detailed handout. When you click on it, it's going to populate. And again, it's several pages long and it goes through everything that I just talked about. There's a little tips on how to write your introduction. There's what's included in the education and training page. Here's your other professional working pages that match up with the outcomes of the vocational outcomes of the ECE program. And here are the requirements over the term. And next semester, you will edit it again and you will submit it one final time. Here's how to write your reflections. We actually spend a whole class on that. Here's some ideas for artifacts, a little chart if you want to keep track. And then when we get to the end, you'll do a peer review, but everything you need to know for this assignment is found here in the detailed handout. So if you're unsure, always, A, watch this video, B, read the handout package, and then C, clarify with a peer, and finally D, attend the Bongo class where I'm talking about the portfolio or send me an email. Again, everything you need is here. This video, a sample portfolio, and all the instructions are found under the assignment tab, assignment 3, ePortfolio. It's worth 40% of your grade. You can check the rubric here to see what I'm grading you for. So there should be no surprises. So enjoy the process. I always say that. Make sure that you have lots of opportunity. You've done many pieces of work, we call it now, once it gets put in your ePortfolio. And so what you're being graded on is how wisely you choose those assignments and that you are demonstrating that you have those entry-level skills in all of those areas. So enjoy, and I always look forward to reading your portfolios at the end of the term.